The narrative introduces us to Fallon Bane, a human woman living in a world completely dominated by the high-security magical courts of the Avian Fae. For as long as she can remember, Fallon has deeply, desperately in love with Lore, a beautiful prince of the pure-blooded Falcon Court. The problem? Humans are viewed as second-class citizens, entirely barred from marrying into royal Fae bloodlines. But Fallon isn't ordinary. Armed with a cryptic prophecy that claims she will one day wear a crown, she refuses to accept her status. To win her prince and fulfill her destiny, Fallon sets out on a high-stakes quest to secure an ancient magical artifact capable of leveling the playing field. Her journey lands her directly in the path of the dangerous, deeply cynical King of the Crows, Fallon's natural foil. Recognizing her absolute desperation, the Crow King ensnares her in an tight, high-security bargain. He promises to guide her through the realm's most hazardous trials, but his price is steep, and his true allegiance remains buried behind a mask of dark mockery. As Fallon is dragged into a labyrinth of courtly assassinations, border rebellions, and forbidden desires, she realizes that the prophecy she is chasing might not be a promise of a love story, but a blueprint for an absolute war. It is an epic fantasy romantasy, Avian Fae lore, enemies to lovers, high-stakes quest fiction tour de force that treats its unique world-building and character arcs with exquisite precision. The friction here burns with an absolute, slow-simmering intensity. We're talking about that high-frequency, I hate how much I need your protection energy that makes modern romantasy so completely addictive. The verbal sparring matches between Fallon and her brooding crow captor are top tier, filled with sharp wit, mutual distrust, and a magnetic underlying attraction that threatens to destabilize both of their long-term plans. Wildenstein writes with a remarkably lush, vivid, and highly cinematic voice that perfectly captures the glittering luxury of the floating sky palaces, the grim dangers of the earthly wilderness, and the overwhelming passion of a bond forged in absolute peril. What truly elevates the series starter is how flawlessly Wildenstein handles the pacing and the gradual unpacking of the lore. The avian magic systems, divided by distinct bird courts, each possessing unique biological traits and political structures, feel wonderfully fresh. The story moves with calculated momentum, building from an atmospheric, character-driven mystery to an explosive, game-changing final act filled with shocking betrayals, massive twists, and a breathtaking cliffhanger that will leave you scrambling for the sequel. House of Beating Wings is the definitive pro-level upgrade your fantasy romantasy and suspense library needs right now. It is gritty, seductive, and completely hypnotic. It proves that the most dangerous cages aren't the ones made of iron bars, but the ones built out of faded prophecies and beautiful lies. So, lock your doors, fire up your Kindle, and prepare to be utterly captivated by the crows.